Yar, what it be? 'Tis time to tell the tale of the sea beast and review it on this episode of The First Ones to Die. We're gonna talk about all the things. Talk about ale and creatures and hunters and traveling against the high seas, hunting down foul beasties. And you can hear our whole talk about it. When you grab an ale, grab, I don't know, crackers or something that pirates ate, and listen on to The First Ones to Die.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the First Ones to Die podcast. We are happy you are joining us right now. My name is Jonathan. I'm here with Alex and Jerome. Alex, why are you giving me side eye?
Just y'all get really weird. So we recorded two. Both of you just get really weird when we record two in one night. Like, I'm here for that energy. I'm having fun. Just the energy is still what it is.
Yar, it be time for more First Ones. Just keep doing pirate voice the entire time.
How has your week been, Alex?
Good. Well, my week's been my week. But look, I have another drink.
What is
Fanta.
that?
It's Fanta.
Now that I've
What's the
seen.
Fanta flavor?
Yeah, mystery flavor.
Oh, it's a
yeah,
mystery.
I've been meaning to
You're
get
gonna
one
try
of
it live
those.
on air.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah, you've
doing
been
that.
missing this, Jonathan. This has become the new thing that Alex has been doing. She's been slowly trying to poison herself with new drinks.
You know what?
every
It's better than
episode.
poisoning myself with alcohol, right? Like, that's a thing.
Okay. Live taste
Oh, it
test.
doesn't smell good.
What does
Well,
it
it's
smell like?
soda, so
Soda still smells good.
most sodas don't. You ever smell Coca-Cola?
Okay, she's drinking it. It's a
Oh.
kind of blue color. It
tastes
looks
like,
kind of like Windex.
It tastes like coconut. I feel like I just drank sunscreen.
Coconut flavored soda?
Oh no! Oh, the second taste is worse.
Does it taste
I
like
don't know what
cough
this is.
medicine?
It tastes like coconut, a weird flat, like it's fizzy. It's like weirdly extra fizzy. I feel
Well,
like.
also, is it cold?
Yeah, I think I just have things out in the house.
Well, it didn't look like it had condensation on it from the video, so I thought maybe it was just room temp.
No, it's just awful flavored. That's all it is. Well, this didn't kill me.
It looks straight up like Windex.
Nothing will beat the
Yeah.
flaming hot dew. All right, I'm telling you now. That's like the ultimate.
Have you seen that video? That was awful. I made the worst decision in my life ever getting that. It was Mountain
No, I
Dew
need
that
to
was
see.
flaming hot Cheeto.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that. Like the spicy Mountain Dew flavor.
Spicy
Yeah.
dew.
I
Yeah.
forget a lot of things in my life, but that's got to be one of the top three.
Yeah.
That's saying something. This is tastes like fizzy sunscreen. I don't know what it's supposed to be.
Wow. It's like that Willy Wonka gum.
It's
It has
soda
so many flavors.
that you can drink and you can put it on a sunscreen.
It protects you.
Just
This
like,
is
do you
awful.
guys remember the KFC sunscreen where you could smell like chicken?
What?
What?
Yeah. KFC was doing a promotional thing. They've done this before. There's one point where they sold nail polish. That the nail
I know they were
polish,
selling clothes
you
at
could,
one
like,
point. I know
if you
companies have
like,
done
if
that
you licked your
before.
fingers with the nail polish, it would taste like, Kentucky Fried Chicken. They
I'm
did
sorry,
sunscreen too.
They were encouraging people to lick nail polish.
Ingest nail polish.
I mean, it was edible, so
Okay, really quick. Edible does not mean one should eat. It just means
I
one will
mean-
not die when consuming a little bit.
that's okay. That's the point. It's so as another. It's no different than when freaking Wendy's put out a mixtape, Hamburger Helper too. So it's just like one of those physical promotions. So KFC put out sunscreen that was terrible sunscreen. It was not very good. It did not have a high SPF rating, but it could make you smell like KFC chicken. To which I'm like, why would you want to in the sun smell like KFC chicken? And there'd be no chicken around. You know what I mean?
I want to sit in a giant pool and become chicken soup. So I can kind of, I get the train of thought. I still want to do that and say, just sit in like a hot tub and then people put in like I feel like that's a step towards cannibalism. What I'm doing, it's encouragement of it. Don't actually eat. I want to know what it feels like.
Jerome, how's your
chicken
week
noodle
been?
soup? Also, I was fine. I don't really have much to say. Although
I was trying to get Alex out of some trouble there.
But I don't have much to say. But I will plug the Milestone Generations documentary came out. It is on HBO Max currently. Yours truly is in it for all of like literally 2 seconds. I am in the background. If you blink, you will miss me. But it's not about me. It's just a great documentary talking about the creation of Milestone Comics, how Dennis Cowan, Dwayne McDuffie, so many others helped start that company and make it to what it is today, and also the Milestone Initiative in general and its mission. So if you want to celebrate Black comic book writers, creators, that sort of stuff, watch this documentary. I encourage you to. I will post it on my social media too. But just, but like probably by the time this comes out, I'll have already done that. But go check out that documentary. It's on HBO Max. It's worth it. It's just a good documentary in general. Even if I wasn't in it, I would tell you it's good. So
That's cool. I'll take a look at it tonight.
Yeah,
What about you? What's going on with you, Jonathan? What's your pulp culture preference?
Yes, I've been teasing this. Well, first, and I won't talk about it too much because, yeah. So Big Brother started a couple weeks ago, and it started off on a horrible note because there was one person in the house. She was getting bullied. She was a Black girl. She was getting bullied in the house, ostracized. But anybody who's watched Big Brother up until this point, you will know that there's been a change in the house, and the bullies have been getting their comeuppance. So I've been appreciating watching the show in the past week. It's been a good week for Big Brother fans. Also, Beyonce's album that just released, just dropped. I just started
listening to it.
Yeah, no skips for me at all. No skips. Every song is a bop. I love the album. I've listened to it 1.5 times so far. That's as much as I've been able to listen to it.
I'm just imagining you driving down the road. You won't break my soul. You won't break my soul.
Do you have live feed access footage to like my car or something? Because that's been me.
You gotta give into it when you enjoying that music. You gotta just let your whole body feel.
I mean, it's a good song. Break My Soul is a jam.
And I literally today at work, so we have like music that plays into the courtyard. I forced them to play a Beyonce play. So they were playing Beyonce all day in the courtyard because her album was released today. So yeah, that was that. I've been loving the new album. Great work, Beyonce. And we got parts 2 and 3 to come apparently. So
2 and 3, what?
Yeah, this is just part 1, Renaissance part 1. Yeah.
Okay, so she's trying to do the Weekend thing.
I guess.
Yeah, the Weekend currently.
It makes more money just to do parts, though. It makes more money to do things.
Well, I just mean like because the Weekend right now he's doing a trilogy. Well, he's done one before, but now it's like After Hours, Dawn FM, and then I don't know what the third one's going to be. But they're supposed to all 3. It's why they all sound similar and have that 80s synthesizer like pop sound. Is they're all supposed to tie together as like one story, kind of. So it's just an interesting idea. It's cool though.
Really quick, for anybody who wants to try that mystery Fanta, I'm now nauseous. So
it's like you keep hitting new phases of this.
Like it hit me. I was like, wow. So maybe
phase 1 disgust, phase 2 nausea, phase 3 death. I don't know.
We can only hope. I'm just kidding. But that's really cool. I haven't listened to her. I didn't know she dropped a new album.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of did a secret because she put out the single and she didn't say anything, and then she was just like, also she was like, and I'm dropping an album.
Yeah.
So and on top of that, she was like, I'm dropping an album, and when it comes out this month, and it's like, oh, what, this month already? It was like that's
but that's
crazy.
More warning than she usually gives, that she's given in like the past 10 years.
True.
'Cause-
Recently, she's just been dropping stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But she's like, I just feel I'm gonna make one song. All right, go ahead, send it
Right.
out into the world. That's cool. I'll give it a listen. Yeah, I love.
Yeah.
Like I said, you gotta when the music comes to you in the car, you gotta feel it because it's especially in your car. I feel like you have to sing out loud. You have to like kind of like do a little concert in your own car.
Yes, my driving time is my me time. Like I love driving.
Same. I sing in the car all the time.
Yeah.
So Jonathan, introduce us to what we're watching.
So we watched the new Netflix film called Sea Beast. It's an animated film from the filmmakers of Moana and Big Hero 6, which I did not know until about a couple minutes ago. And it tells a story about a young girl who stows away on a ship of a legendary sea monster hunter. They launch an epic journey into uncharted waters and make history to boot. It stars Carl Urban, Zaris-Angel, Jared Harris, Marianne Jean-Baptiste, multiple other people. Who else was in there? There was somebody else in there. Your boy Alex. It's not showing up on IMDb, but what's his name?
I got a lot of men. I got a lot of men apparently. So my boy.
What's his name? The British guy. It showed up on Google. I can't find him now.
That does not narrow it down like at all.
It doesn't.
This is not your guy. Never mind. This is not your guy.
I got my all countries. If you are talking about
Stevens, he's
Dan
not your
Stevens. Guy. He's my guy. I like Dan Stevens. I think he's dope.
I got somebody's guy.
I mean, Carl Urban's my guy. I love Carl Urban.
Okay.
That man.
But anyway, if you have not listened to one of our movie reviews before, how we do it is we first give our non-spoiler thoughts. So our general thoughts on the movie. Did we like it? Did we not like it? Were we in between? And we'll give you a warning, let you know that we're going to spoiler territory and dive all deep into all of the plots and twists in the movie. So who wants to go first? Does anybody have any, first thoughts on this movie?
I was looking up Dan Stevens. I have no idea who that is. I just wanted to.
He played the Beast in the live action video.
Yeah, I was saying he's in Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, I liked him better when he looked like the Beast. I thought this movie was what? I'm just saying what I'm saying.
Don't be hating on Dan Stevens.
He's like okay.
To you. What you mean?
I confused him with the other guy. Who's the comedy guy who was in Jungle Cruise?
Oh,
Jack Whitehall.
Yeah.
Jack Whitehall.
See, I like Jack Whitehall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like Dan Stevens.
You would qualify Jack Whitehall as your boy, right?
Yeah, he would qualify as my boy. I like him.
My boy.
Anyway,
my son,
back to this movie.
I didn't know. Well, I didn't know Carl Urban played the main character or one of the main characters.
Me neither until just now.
Jacob Holland, and it was it was so weird because I watched the movie, I listened to it, and I did not recognize his voice, and that was so weird to me. And I think I'm used to now hearing him on The Boys, where his voice is all like scruffy and like
it's all like
Batman style going on. Yeah. So like I think maybe that's why I wasn't recognizing it. But I thought the movie was super cute.
Music was cute too.
Music was a good flow. It fit well with the movie. The little girl, her voice and the character was adorable. I really love how they were able to actually do her hair properly, and it looked like actual, like the little girl's like considered black, right? Was she like Caribbean or well, it actually looked like a black little girl's hair. It had cute bounce going on, and I loved it. And that little blue sea creature, which we'll talk more about, there's a little blue monster in Sea Beast that is just so adorable and squishy, and I want them.
Listen, we gotta sell toys somehow, so
Well, yeah, they did right on the money.
Little adorable character.
The one you just want to squeeze until the eyes pop out.
That serves no other purpose other than just to be cute. Although he did serve a little bit of a purpose, but we'll get into that in spoilers.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't really have many thoughts other than this movie was cute and it made me feel good. And I like the thought of sea beasts. It has freaked out a lot of people out. I know this because there is a scene, and this is not spoiler territory because it's all over TikTok, it's all over everywhere, of when the sea beast is retreating back into the water, and Carl Urban's character and Angel Harder character are floating in the water, and the sea beast is just slowly returning back into darkness.
You see it slowly disappear.
Yeah, it's freaked so many people out. And I see it, and I'm like, that's really cool. And then I'm like, would I go into the ocean? And if I saw that, would I be chill or would I freak out? Pretty sure I would freak out. But at the same time, watching it animated wise,
because it looks like a snake. Like, and I hate snakes. So
I love
would
snakes.
Flip out.
I would love to get a snake. My mom gives me all the crap about it because she's like, you shouldn't get a snake. Snakes are, and I'm like, but it's, to me, they're so cute. Lizards are really cute to me. But
no, lizards are cute. Snakes are demons.
so they have like puppy dog faces. What did you guys think of this movie?
I have similar thoughts. I thought this was a cute movie. I enjoyed it through and through. I didn't know really what it was about. I just searched sea beast, knew that we were watching it, and clicked on it. I just knew that it was about a sea beast. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I have to say the thing that I am most taken aback by from the movie is the animation. I really liked the animation. Not so much like the characters, but the environments were so, I feel like, well animated. At some points, it felt like I was looking at animated characters in like real life environments. I love the fact that the cast is very multiracial, especially for the time period and area or environment or whatever, or setting that they are portraying, in that you don't normally see many people of color in these types of media. And the fact that they have not one, but two dark-skinned female characters that serve an actual purpose, dark-skinned Black female characters that serve the actual purpose of the movie, that like help progress it forward and are an integral part of the movie. I really appreciated that as well, especially in an animated film too. So, and once we get into spoilers, I really liked kind of the message that was kind of not so and kind of subtly implied at the very end. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
Jerome?
I hate this movie. It's trash. And nobody should go. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I thought you were serious for a second.
I was like, damn, all right, we're going on this mood. Now we're
No,
gonna
I just
have a
want to see
chill
what you would do. That's right, audience. I just got you, because I know there's a lot of y'all that are just like, what? No. No,
And yeah, when this is posted on social media, it will cut out at a certain time, won't it?
And then you forget, Alex, I have the power of editing too. I'll just put the rest
Jerome
of
said,
it.
I got access to the accounts too.
The damage will be done.
No, I like this movie. I think it's great. I think the biggest thing I like about it most is that it doesn't feel like it falls into so many of the cliches a lot of animated movies are these days, especially Disney and Pixar right now, where they feel like they have to have the wacky character who's just there to tell jokes and fall down and be stupid and fart and stuff. It's like, this movie is like, no, we have a serious thing we're doing. We're gonna do a serious tale, but also, yeah, we're gonna have a few laughs here and there, but for the most part, it's gonna be a serious animated film with a lighthearted tone to it. That's it. And I really appreciated that. I think it was really well done, well executed. It wasn't too silly for the sake of just being silly, because it's supposed to be a kid's film. It was like, this feels like old school Pixar to me, with how well this movie does balancing the lighthearted moments with the really serious moments. And it gets serious at some parts. Like there's some parts where people are like threatened to be murdered. Like, and it's not a joke. It's like, no, they are fit to die. And it's taken seriously, and the gravitas is there. And I appreciate that. It's very rare we get animated movies with that level of seriousness. Heck, the last movie to make you feel like it was going to be that was Lightyear, and even Lightyear fell into those same traps of having the bumbling, like silly character. So it's cool that Sea Beast was stuck to its guns and was really good. Also, I think the creature design's interesting. I like the creatures. While the main Sea Beast, I don't know if that's very like elaborate and cool. It just felt very smooth. Like there's no texture on this creature at all to me.
That was one of my qualms too. I was like, the beast doesn't look scary enough. Maybe like,
well, I didn't need it to look scary. I just needed it to look like it had like because the first
like
creature
toy,
they fight
kind of.
has like, yeah, because the first creature they fight has like scales, it has like different textures, it has different layers to it. It feels very like well designed. And there's another creature in the movie that looks well designed. And the main creature we spend most of the time with looks so simple. It looks so, and I think that was in an effort for you to like the creature, because it's like, oh, it's so cute, and it's so like it looks like a plush toy to me. The whole movie, I was like, this, not in that literally it looked like a plush toy, but just that I'm like, I can see that if they want to sell Sea Beast merch, this thing is going to be a plush toy, and it'll be super easy to sell, to make. It will not require a lot of like
but it's kind of like a walrus connection
simple.
where it has like, it's the blubber style, and it's smooth. It's supposed to be smooth. That's what I was getting, that it, because the way it had the flippers, it was almost like walrus and blubber style, where their texture is just smooth. There's no like creases, like, or things like that when it comes to like other certain types of fish or aquatic animals or mammals. I guess it's kind of a mammal. Fish, I don't know. It can breathe in and out of water.
Well, it can like hold its breath really well, because it looked like it was like a air bubble almost was over its nostrils, which is why no water was coming in. Yeah. So it's weird, but nonetheless, I like this movie. I think the little girl in this movie was the right amount of taxing without getting to that edge of like getting to that over that line to the point of annoying. Like she was
unrootable,
just enough. Yeah, she was just enough of like a nuisance, but you still love her. You still like are with her. That she was pretty good. I think Carl Urban does a great job. I also did not know that was him doing the voice when I watched the movie. Also, Jared Harris does a great job as Captain Crow. I think he's fantastic as that character. I would like to see Jared Harris do more cartoons. I don't know if he's or just voiceover work in general. I don't know if he's done a lot, but he's great.
We like your voice. We don't want to see your face.
No, he's great in live action.
He's going to be in.
But I mean,
Sherlock
he's probably
Holmes
been hiding
3.
Since
he was in Morbius.
Yeah, I'm about to say his last movie was Morbius. So he's probably like, you know what, time to do some voice work just for a little bit. so people remove.
He was also in a TV series called. He was also in a TV series called The Beast Must Die. So wow, he has a thing for movies where beasts have to die.
But yeah, I like this movie a lot. I think it's a pretty decent animated film. I encourage more people to watch it, and I think it's Netflix gets a lot of misses, so it's kind of cool to see them get a hit. I mean, I just watched The Gray Man not too long ago. Mini review for that coming out eventually, and yeah, I wish I had watched the Sea Beast first like, to keep the palate clean.
Pressure.
But then you might be on this podcast jaded after.
You're saying I would have watched The Gray Man and I've been like, you know what, the Sea Beast is trash too. Hey, nobody should watch. But The Gray Man's not trash. It's just very all right. It's very in the middle. But yeah, I like the Sea Beast. It's great.
I mean, it is called The Gray Man. So we're going into spoiler territory.
Where do we want to start?
Man, listen, let me tell you something. I was not expecting this political part of this movie.
That's what I was going to get to. Well, that's what I kind of liked about it.
No, it's great. I was just like, I came here expecting us to hunt some sea creatures, maybe befriend one. And now you're out here pulling out the whole politics thing of like, the government's been lying to us the entire time. They've been writing the history. They've been telling us lies. And the whole time I was just like, don't believe that black person, shoot them. Shoot the police officer.
Basically,
We just got
for anyone, if you haven't seen it and are just listening to our review, the little girl in the movie, what's the little girl's? Maisie. Little girl in the movie, Maisie, she is the one to stand up and fight for what's right to all the adults, and she and Jacob, they end up befriending the sea beast that the government is trying to kill, and all these other pirates are trying to kill.
How is this one the worst? Because they fought the first sea beast they fight in this movie has like tentacles and stuff, and it can grab people and pull them into the water.
Well, see, that's the thing, is
horn.
they killed the scariest, and they're like, oh, we still need a sea beast for people to fear. And
No, they were saying that the red blunder was like the worst of them. That's why everybody was hunting it.
They were lying. That's the whole point.
The red bluster.
Yeah, they made something that wasn't actually a threat.
I kept thinking it was the red blister for a couple seconds. So
I actually thought so too. I was like, okay, it makes sense. Something irritated and you want to get rid of it. No, it's that whole point that like it's not a threat. They take the non-threatening thing and make it into because it's easier to make it so, because it's gonna be scared of you. It's gonna run away. It's gonna hide. So only people get glimpses of that red horn, and then you get glimpses of that face in the water. So it's enough that people haven't fully seen it to be scared of it. It's fear of the unknown, of course. That I don't know anything. Yeah. I haven't seen this, but hearing about something giant and red that wants to eat me, it's gonna make me a little nervous.
But Maisie and Captain America are the two black people who I guess can stop all white people from interrupting any of their speeches, because Sam Wilson got the same treatment where I'm like, oh, so ain't no white person gonna stop him? Because they would not let him finish the speech. And the fact that Maisie got to say all that, I'm like, ain't no one gonna stop her. Ain't no one just gonna fire the cannon prematurely to take out this little girl.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say she was basically telling everyone that, you know, the history that we have in our history books is not accurate. The beast is not attacking. The beast did not attack us first, basically. And I kind of thought she said a little something in that speech, because
the whole point of the speech is boils down to Black history is our history.
What? Okay. What I got from that speech is that the history that is written is not always accurate, which we've learned to be true, especially in American history.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I meant to say. Black history is It still is American history. It's not just Black history. Was the crux of her speech. Hashtag Sea Beast.
Okay.
How are we gonna transition from this, Alex?
This is not my portion to talk here. No.
I mean, the video, I will say that scene though, when they were in the water and the sea beast was down there, made me laugh, because it feels like the sea beast was just like, what, y'all got something to say? No, Mr. Sea Beast? Yeah, I thought not. Now, if you excuse me, into the darkness.
He is the dark and shadow.
I am the shadows. Like Batman.
My God, that movie. If I didn't like it as much,
yo, someone should. Alex, you should do that for TikTok when you do that. just cut it. They think I'm hiding in the shadows. I am the shadow. Just face into the darkness of the sea.
That movie I ended up liking that movie so much, but that first scene I cannot let it go. That was the most stupidest line. But going back to this movie, we were talking about the animation. Like I said, it was so well done. And what my favorite part about this animation was that the characters actually looked different from each other. Oftentimes with Disney films, like all the female characters will look exactly alike. These characters, the female characters had such different faces, and they weren't all just like perfectly round either. And
some are old, some are young, some are different
yeah,
races. Like some are Asian, some are black.
some had bigger noses, some had smaller noses, some had, higher cheekbones, some had no, like, it was so well done, and you could see the characters being so individual, which I am so happy that animation's finally taking that next step to create actual other characters. I get if they reuse these like designs in other movies, but you really shouldn't copy and paste in the same movie.
Well, here's the thing. It's not that animation can't make that step. It's being lazy. Like Disney has their preset models, and so they just copy and paste things over the same models. But it's like, yeah, but that's a disservice to variety in within your own movie of cast members if like you're just going to use the same models for everything.
Yeah, and this movie, you got to see it how well if you put in that work, or you're willing to put in that work, the quality of the film, it just becomes something else. With the sea beast, I mean, the red, I love how she names the character, the sea beast, by their color, and she's like
red and blue.
And then he's like, okay, great. He's like, we'll go back to town. I'll get you a cat. You can name it Gray or White. You're going to have a whole rainbow coming after us. I think that's cute. With the sea beast, he kind of reminded me of Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon.
I can see that. Yeah.
She. Because remember, it's a she.
Oh, yeah. She.
Oh, yeah.
Really? Well, that's at least what the girl says.
No. Naming her red. Yeah.
I think she was a she just because of how the eyes looked. Like there's a certain, when I was in school, there's certain rules you do to animation as far as like characteristic details, and the way her eyes are softer at the edges as opposed to being so rigid implies that she is a female creature.
I get what you're saying.
It's also weird for sure.
It's also a beast, so it's like,
listen, you'll be surprised. There's rules to, even if you make like a rat character, like boys are supposed to.
Oh no, you
have
see
like
it
a bitten ear because they're supposed to be more rambunctious if they're like a little kid, versus female nice creatures are supposed to have like perfect ears. It's weird. It's a weird like like thing.
Did you know this is really random, but on Rugrats, Phil and Lil, one of them has detached ears and one of them has earlobes, and one of them has attached earlobes.
I didn't know that, but I could see that like Lil having detached ones, because then it almost looks like she's eventually going to get her ears pierced so they can have like what looks like earrings eventually.
Okay, I'm looking at a picture right now.
There's an episode
Lil
where
has detached earlobes and Phil has attached.
Kind of promises in the future she'll have earrings, so it's like a noticeable thing. I do like the episode. There was an episode where she just put the bow tie on Phil, her little bow clip, and they're like, watch this, and he cries, and the mom's like, I don't know what it's about, girls, they just cry a little bit more, and Lillian's like, see, nobody noticed when we do stuff.
But I can see the toothless comparison.
Right, it looked like Toothless to me most of the time, especially when I got like this close and I was like huffing at her. I was like, it's like Toothless. I mean, it comes with that whole creature that's more intelligible but looks goofy, trying to make friends with the humans.
You know, the best thing too is that every character's motivation in this movie is so well fleshed out. Like you understand why Captain Crow is doing what he's doing and why he's so like aggro to like hunt down these sea beasts. You understand where Jacob's coming from. You understand where Maisie's coming from. Like everybody is so fleshed out as characters in this movie. And I think that's the best part of it for me, because I'm like, the worst thing for me is when you have an animation or animated film and you can instantly tell who the villain is because they're either so lacklusterly fleshed out that it's like, okay, and when do you turn evil? Because I had that in Incredibles 2, where like they're trying so hard to set up Bob Odenkirk's character as the villain, and I was like, no, it's the sister. I can already tell. Let me guess, she's jealous because he got everything and she got nothing. And that's exactly what her character was. It's like, he has everything and I don't have everything. So now I'm evil. And I'm just like, okay, well.
I think
So
that's weird with sibling rivalry movies. They got everything. Well, move on, then leave them. Why are you still
or do
hanging on,
more
man?
to get what rather than be evil or something.
You
Just
are a
carve your own path.
35-year-old woman still following your brother around and being pissy that you didn't get what he get. Like, go have your own life. This is not a good enough point to be a villain. All right.
so
I really
I
like
that.
I agree with that,
movie.
and I like Captain Crow's where he wasn't he wasn't a villain. It almost came off that way because he tried to almost kill Jacob near the end.
Well, it's more like he tried to kill Jacob. Then he was ready. I thought he was gonna be mad at Maisie when she cut the line, but I thought it was gonna be a thing where he's just like just like an old man. Now he pulled out the strap. He was like, "Bring the girl to me right goddamn now. I'm finna blast her away. She ain't got no family. Ain't no one gonna miss her. Bring her over here.
Yeah, and
I will kill this girl."
Yeah, he was ready to kill the man he called a son and then kill an innocent child, and all for this. And it's that Moby Dick style where it's the obsessive nature, where you become the obsession of catching that white whale or that red sea beast, that clouds your whole judgment about. And I really like that they did that with Captain Crow, because a lot of the times those characters nearing the end who are the father figures or the characters are like, oh, okay, I'm gonna side with him. I don't know what's going on with you, boy, and I don't know why you're trusting these people, but I'm on your side, but he was like, no, like, screw everybody else. I don't care what you think. This is like something I have to do, because he wanted to end his story so much on this chapter, this way. And I do like the metaphor of the story a lot in this, because a lot of them were thinking about their story. And right away it was brought out with that book where Maisie's reading to the other orphans about these heroes, about this stuff, and it wasn't really true. And then we go to Captain Crow where he's talking about his book, and he's like, these are all the amazing sea beasts that we have killed, and this is going to be my end, and this will be the beginning of your story. And it's like the amount of stories that we not only read from, like, books and stuff, but the stories that we collect that we think may not be as interesting to others, that may be something normal in our lives, such as his like catalog of like the sea beast, is extraordinary to others. And it just really paints that story to me, that like how your story may be going and may intertwine with somebody else may cause your story to like throw itself off the rails. He tried so hard to end his story the way he wanted to, but then he realized, oh, this is not going to end the way I have to, and I was wrong. But he was trying so hard, and I really like that they did that with that character. They didn't make him give in to his father-son bond. They actually made him a real character, where it's that obsession is so real.
Yeah. This is kind of going off topic a little bit, but it's just an observation and throwback that I had while watching this movie. But I don't know if you guys watched this movie when you were younger, but I was getting major flashbacks to the VeggieTales Jonah movie when I was watching this movie. Do either of you guys?
I know.
Yes, you remember that, Jerome?
I do.
I think in a repressed memory, I do.
I don't know if I was catching that, but I was catching very much Sinbad vibes. The card. I don't know if either of you seen the animated movie of Sinbad with Brad Pitt. But it gave me very much, at least the beginning of this movie, very much so. I thought for sure Carl Urban's character was going to die, either die or become the villain, because I was going to be like, he's the young. Let me guess, the old man's going to befriend the sea beast and become like his and realize the error of his ways, but the young man's still going to be like, you've changed, old man. All right, you know how it go. We kill sea beasts. That's what we do. We do this every day.
No,
and it was cool to see the reverse.
I only knew he wasn't going to because they made his character more attractive. They will not No, they made his character.
I mean,
attractive.
listen, have you seen Frozen? That the villain in that
He-
movie is a very attractive man.
Who
But
has
he's the villain.
side-
In
he
this
has
movie,
That's what I'm
Jacob is the
saying.
hero. But
So it's
I
like
didn't think-
Jacob. I was prepared for Jacob to have the heel turn. Like you like
Mm-hmm.
him for a long period of time, and then eventually he just goes too far. He's too ingrained. He's too indoctrinated in the
Okay.
mindset of the sea beast are the enemy. Period.
Are you talking before or after he befriends?
No.
Maisie?
Way before. I'm talking about like when we first meet Jacob and
Oh,
Oh, okay.
like in the very beginning. No, like after they fight the sea beast and then Jacob survives, I was like, oh no, it's like he's the hero. Mostly because I was like, he's too good to kill. Either they're gonna kill him now to give some character for Captain Crow, or he's just not gonna die because he's the main character because he's too good at this. Like the man's throwing spears and like he is Hawkeye from the MCU. They would have killed Thanos if Jacob was on the team. Like, he's incredibly good at what he does.
I don't think that I would never saw that for him, mainly because of the way they presented his hesitation for taking over as captain. That hesitation he had, that was enough to be like, he's unsure if he wants to lead and keep fighting these sea beasts. So that was enough for me to be like, oh yeah, you're not gonna like continue on with this. This is where you're like hating of the sea beasts. Because he didn't really hate the sea beasts. He was just like the other pirates did. He wasn't like, he's like, I'm here for, the fun of it. I'll throw the spears because you're my captain and you order me to. But he was like just loving life on the ship. He was
You're
trying
my
to do morale
crew.
stuff.
Which is to the end.
Right.
I do like in that scene right after they attack the sea beast that the first round. He's doing a speech to help the morale and everything, while the guy in the back is trying to sew him up.
Yeah, that was a great.
Like,
That's what I mean
he's
by like those are some great tongue-in-cheek details that are funny and clever, but they don't take away from like what's happening in the scene. It's not a distraction to like because we need jokes right now. It's like, no, it's a funny joke that's happening in the scene that if you pay attention to it and you laugh. And if you don't, you'll at least still get the emotional resonance of him being like, hey, you guys are my crew, you are my boys and girls, and we are going to team up together to fight these creatures.
Yeah, I just like
Wakanda forever.
If anyone was going to get sacrificed in this movie, I was hoping it would have been the captain, because by the end of the movie, I was like, little girl, you can just get out the way at this point. I mean, you made a good speech, but you just let the beast eat the captain and let's all get on with our lives.
I mean, I feel like you're not wrong, but like
Here's
at the same
thing,
time, I get why they
she's a
couldn't.
real MVP, all right? She saves everybody. Everybody gets to go home when Maisie's around.
Mhm.
All right. I'm
I
hoping
did
that if
love-
they do a sequel to this movie, that we get to see older Maisie, like as an adult.
Mhm.
And maybe Jacob will
She
be
was
like an
because
old
she was
man.
wise beyond her years. Imagine in a few years what she's gonna do. I loved her quote when she said, "Maybe you can be a hero and still be wrong," because that's very true, and that's what makes heroes interesting. When we watch a TV show, we have a hero protagonist, and one of the main reasons why you might watch a movie or a TV show and you have a protagonist that's really boring is because they're perfect. Selena series. We're looking at you. And but heroes are flawed, like people are flawed, and that statement to me is just really true. You can sometimes be a hero but still be wrong.
Yeah, and we do that a lot of days with just heroes in general. When you were talking about fleshed out characters, we end up just putting only their good on front. So when they do, when you find out, oh, they aren't actually that good, or they aren't that, I mean, we do it with celebrities too. They aren't that good. Oh, they did this. It becomes like 10 times worse because like, no, you're supposed to be this. It's like, no, you are still human. You are still screwed up.
Still a
You may
person.
you are a hero to me, but like that doesn't make what happened okay, and it doesn't change what happened. And that can just be said for a lot, and it's allowing characters to exist in more realms than what you place them in. And I really like that thought too when you say that when hero, you can still be a hero but still be wrong. It allows the possibility of different realms of like an individual, even for ourselves. And going back to the whole story analogy, where it's like you can be the main character of your story, but be an antagonist in another story, and then get to be the villain in somebody else's story. The layers that an individual gets to be, it makes it everything better. And when you get to present that on screen like they did with Sea Beast, again, going back to Captain Crow, he got to have layers. He had the father-son relationship. He was the villain for a moment. He was the old man just trying to end things on his terms. He was fighting for against the beast that took out, some of his crew members. But he was also a man of obsession. He was a villain in Maisie's story because he was trying to harm her friend and almost murdered her. So, yeah.
It's the
I was not prepared for that.
He was ready to just like straight up murder this girl.
I was still not ready for like how like he's like, let's just kill her. Let's get this over with. Like I was like, oh, thought you're gonna try to like make some humor or be like, we'll keep her. It's fine. Like we kept you. He's like, nah, let's just deal with that. Very straightforward on that.
What's her name? Dang it, because I want to get it right. Marianne Jean-Baptiste. She was great too. As Sarah Sharp. I think it was interesting, her character, even though she doesn't get as much to do as Crow and Jacob. When she is there, she just has presence, like, and not just with her character, because her character's design alone tells 1,000 stories. Like, how the heck did you lose a leg? What is with all the weapons? Like, and are you skilled with all of them?
I thought she was, when she first popped on screen, I thought she was the main captain.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
She's she is easily like a textbook example of solid character design. Like, she just upon looking at her, you have 1,000 questions that you want answered, and you are interested in that character. So just visually, she's has gravity to her, but also Marianne just has weight to her voice. Like, she can make it and even when she's in live action films, she always just commands the room. So it's cool that she does the same thing here in voiceover. Like, while we can't see her physically,
she still has vocally, such control.
Yeah, she has a presence, and I felt like that character was really cool. And while she doesn't do much, the little she does do is really important. It's really impactful. And I think it was a cool character to have as like a strong supporting character for the ship side, to be kind of that other voice of reason in Crow's ear, to be like, I mean, I know I want to kill the beast too. Listen, I'm on team kill beast. All right. I'm with you. However, the woman looks like she looks like a rat. Like, she's got a rat face. She looks like she's gonna eat the first person she sees, and you won't trust her. I'm just saying, it's bad. It's a bad decision.
You're talking about the royal lady?
No, the weird witch. The witch he gets the poison from.
Oh, okay.
I will say something else about Sarah Sharp character. I loved when nearing the end where she's like gives Maisie some water and she's like, we'll be home soon. The way Maisie spits out the words,
like most loyal first mate.
Mate, thank you.
Or something like that.
Yeah. Most loyal first mate. The way she likes the actress who did that, zaris-angel Hater. The way she was able to say those lines was so strong, and I really loved it. It kind of sent a chill. I was like, ooh, like that's supposed to sound good, but she's hitting you below the belt right now, and she's making that just sound like the worst thing ever to be, especially, of course, to Captain Crow, who's like going off the deep end. Like, they're saying this is the best thing about you, but like right now this is the worst thing about you, and you're fully aware of it because you can't look me in the eye now. So talking about like power and controlling your voice, that little girl did so well when she said those lines. I was like, yeah, that definitely hit her. And then they showed that how the character was affected by it being like, almost being like, you don't give a damn what's right or wrong. You're just being loyal to your captain. And usually that would be great in storybooks. That would be great. But in reality, you can't do that. You can't just be loyal blindly. That's how
Yeah.
you get into trouble. So
Grades. Should we go into grades and final thoughts?
Yeah. I think I would give this movie a solid A plus. I love this film. I think this is one of the best animated films we've gotten in a long time. To know that it's on Netflix too is both a triumph and a shame at the same time, because it's a triumph in the sense that like it's cool that Netflix can still put their money into producing content like this. And I mean, and of course, we have stuff like Arcane, and they had Kipo way back when. So it's like, they've made good animation projects, but still, it's a shame in that it's just on Netflix. So if you don't have a Netflix account, you're not watching this movie. And it didn't come out in theaters, so it's not going to come out on DVD or something like that. So it's like, it's a shame that not enough people will get to see this. I feel like that should give this movie the attention that it deserves. Because I feel like if it had more attention, we could see like more Sea Beast movies, or maybe like a Sea Beast show, or whatever the case may be, like Flesh. Because I also want to know more about this world too, especially now coming off of this, the way this movie leaves off. It leaves off very ambiguous, very open-ended. So there's no like, it's not like there's a definitive ending. Like they're investigating more about the government, and who knows what will happen to more of the Sea Beast now. Who knows where Jacob and Maisie are gonna go now that Jacob's not a hunter anymore, what he's gonna do. So there's a lot of questions that they could answer in a sequel or like a spin-off series or something like that I think would be really cool to see. So I hope this movie gets more attention and more. So far it's getting great buzz. People who have seen it love it, and it's getting great reviews. So hopefully Netflix listens to that and makes more of this series, because I think it would do well. And I think there could be a lot of great story they could buy from it if they use this same team and make more of this content, because I think it'd be fantastic.
Jonathan?
Yeah, I enjoyed this as well. I loved, like I mentioned, the animation, especially the visuals I couldn't tell if it was dusk or dawn, but those scenes when they would just have those visuals during one of those times, I thought those visuals were amazing. Probably the one like non-issue that I had with it was the design. And I don't really look at those things usually. If looks cool, it looks cool to me. But the design, I guess, of the main sea beast, for similar reasons that Jerome, you mentioned. But other than that, I thought the story was great. I thought the cast was great. I thought the visuals were great. I thought it was fun. I thought it was an adventure that I loved going on. I think if they do end up doing a sequel, which I could also see, I could see them bringing back the same cast with the same villain, since they kept him alive. I could see him wanting vengeance this time. We got enough time with the captain to see his kind of arc into becoming the villain, but we didn't spend as much time with him as we could have. So I think a sequel could definitely explore that. My rating, I'd probably give it an A. I really liked it, and I had a lot of fun watching it.
I think I would give it an A too. It's got a clear, deep message, which is nice, but it doesn't like take too much of the film from it. Sometimes when they're trying to portray a message in a film or an animation, they kind of lay it on real thick, and it's just like, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, you're not doing it the correct way. Feels like you're just kind of just stomping out the actual story that was written and trying to lay in this. I think it's just placing it badly. This was a clear-cut message, but it was done perfectly, that when the message was delivered, you didn't feel like, oh, they just threw that in there. It was so well, and the little girl's voice was so powerful. I really love the styles of the different people they were able to place in there. I thought the sea beast was fine. I didn't look at its skin as much as you guys, I guess. I'm still shocked that this was Carl Urban. Not like, oh my god, how could, but like that I didn't recognize him. It's more that I didn't recognize him that I'm upset. And it's also just a good, cute movie, and that's just something to enjoy. The animation was cute, the characters were fun and interesting, and you feel good after you're done watching it. You feel like happy. And I think that's something we kind of need right now too, just to enjoy something. And who doesn't love the ocean and the sea and the vast mysteries that are hiding within it? Well, a lot of people from social media I've noticed.
For those
are
people,
having
watch
some
Treasure
issue.
Planet.
I don't. Oh, that's the one in space. We keep talking about it and I keep forgetting. Right. If you're scared of the, you want to see pirates, go to Treasure Island. I don't. Is that Disney, Pixar? What is that? Dreamland?
I think it's Disney.
Is it Disney?
That's Disney proper. Yeah.
But also watch Sea Beast. It's just a good film with a good message and good animation for once. You know, you don't really get all three of those together. So social medias. Jonathan, go.
Yes, you can find me at Jonathan Keys on Twitter, Instagram, wherever you please. You can also follow us at The First Ones to Die on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, anywhere. You can also email us, thefirstones2die@gmail.com. I better get this out fast because Jerome's about to fall asleep on me. And
It's been a long day.
He's gonna hug his fan and walk away.
Yes. And please, if you're listening to us on your podcast listener service, please give us the highest rating, 5 stars, and leave a review. We would love that. That would mean a lot to us, and it would help more people like you find us. Jerome, where can people find you?
You can find me at Not Jerome Rhett on Instagram, as well as at RoboZoo Media and at Jerome_the_show. See other creative stuff I am working on. If you want to also check out some extra content that you can't get on the audio platforms for the podcast, check out our YouTube channel at The First Ones to Die. You can see all types of stuff like gaming videos, vlogs, book reviews, mini reviews for stuff we just couldn't do a full podcast for, extra content like our First Ones to Die talk series. By the time this goes up, I don't know if our one on San Diego Comic-Con will be up. It'll probably be up the same day, but regardless, you know, check it. You can check it out there. And also, of course, video versions of all of our podcasts. So if you want to see all of our lovely faces, go on over there, check that out. Comment below. Tell us what you think about the Sea Beast. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Would you like to see more? You know, or what other animations did it remind you of while you're watching it? All that good stuff. But Alex, take us home.
You can find me at Alex and Nobody on Instagram and on TikTok. And as well on TikTok, you can find the podcast account, The First Ones to Die, where I post little clips of episodes, as well as just random videos that I'm doing because I get bored. You can also just send us suggestions, DMs, or stuff like that if you want us to review particular movies, shows, or topics you think we should hear about, or if you have a gross drink you want me to try or something that's spooky, because apparently this is becoming a thing. I think I drank Windex. I'm pretty sure I drank Windex right now. But just let us know in your comments or wherever you're streaming this, and have a good day, night, or whenever you are listening. Bye.
Yes, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.